All voters have the right to use an accessible machine to mark their ballot in the polling place. These machines, called voter assist terminals, can also be used in the clerk's office to mark absent voter ballots in the days leading up to an election. The machine must be turned on and available wherever voting is taking place. To use the voter assist terminal, just ask. You do not need to say you have a disability or show any proof of a disability. The Verity Touch Writer Voter Assist Terminal has assistive tools that make it easier for voters with visual, hearing, mobility, or other disabilities to mark their ballots. Voting with this machine involves 3 steps: marking the ballot with the touch writer, printing your ballot, and inserting it into the tabulator. This video will walk you through that process. At the polling place or in the clerk's office, let the election worker know that you'd like to use the touch writer. You can also say you'd like to use the accessible voting machine or the voter assist terminal. It should be located in an easy-to-access area where your voting privacy will be protected. For your health and safety, the machine should be at least 6 feet from other voting booths and other areas being used by voters. There should be ample space under and around the table for mobility devices. If you will be taking someone with you to assist you in casting your ballot, the election worker will verify that that person is not your employer or an agent of your union. You may also request that 2 election workers accompany you to help you cast your ballot. As you face the front of the touch writer machine, you will see the touchscreen tablet, an internal printer to the right of the tablet, and an assistive device sitting in a cradle below the tablet. The touch writer will also be connected to an external printer. The assistive device, called the Verity Access, features a circular Move wheel on the right side of the device and a square Select button on the left side. You can use these to navigate and mark your ballot instead of the touchscreen. The Move wheel moves the cursor over all the selectable buttons on the screen, highlighting each in turn. Moving the wheel will also trigger audio narration. Press the Select button to choose the highlighted element. The triangular Help button in the center brings up a screen that will provide instructions on the current page or step. Typically, this device is used together with the headphones. It connects to the touch writer with a cord so that you can position it for comfortable use. Verity Access also has 2 connection ports at the top of the device. The right port is where alternative ballot marking devices connect. For example, a sip and puff or rocker switch. Polling places do not provide sip and puff equipment. You will have to bring your own sip and puff device. A rocker switch and connector cable may be available for you to use. Contact your local clerk's office to verify. The left port is for headphones, which will already be plugged in. Headphones may be used together with the touchscreen or with any other assistive devices that scroll and select. The touch writer must be activated by an election worker. After you fill out the application to vote, you'll be given ballot paper, and an election worker will accompany you to the machine. Load the paper into the touch writer's printer, making sure it fits snugly against the guides at the side of the tray. If you like, ask the election worker to load it for you. Situate yourself comfortably at the touch writer. The election worker might ask if you'd like assistance in connecting any assistive technology or putting headphones on. They will offer to orient you in operating the touch writer and answer any questions you have. Do not hesitate to let them know what you need, or ask them to repeat instructions. You have the right to vote with or without assistance. Just tell the election worker what you require, and they will provide as much or as little help as you like. Next, the election worker will activate your ballot. They might ask if you would like any further help. Otherwise, they will leave you to cast your ballot privately. You can always ask for assistance during any step of the voting process. Select To Get Started, touch here. If you are using Verity Access, turn the Move wheel clockwise to begin voting. The first screen will give you the option to adjust the audio and display settings, or to go straight to your ballot. If you select Yes, help me change the settings, you will be given the choice to vote with audio only, with the screen only, or both. Selecting Audio Only will prompt the touch writer to blacken the screen so that your ballot and ballot selections will not be visible. You will be asked to confirm that you want the screen display to go black. A button reading Touch Here to enable the screen will appear. Select this at any time to turn the display back on. If you are using audio, you will be prompted to adjust the volume and tempo. If you're using the screen, you'll be prompted to adjust font size and display contrast. Finally, you have the option to read or listen to 3 screens of instructions that will describe how to use the touch writer to mark your ballot. If you want to go straight to your ballot instead, select Skip Instructions. On the third and final page of instructions, select Start to go to your ballot. The first screen you'll see gives basic information about your ballot, such as the name of the election, your precinct, and the date. You'll also see a button for further instructions about how to use the touch writer to mark the ballot, and another to view the contests on the ballot. The toolbar at the top of the screen features buttons for changing the language, where more than one language is available, changing audio settings, changing screen settings, and getting help with the current page. If you're using Verity Access, you can select the Help feature at any time by pressing the center button on the Access device. The buttons on the bar at the bottom of the screen navigate through the ballot. Next, or Skip, move forward to the next contest. Back returns to the previous one. If you are using the Access device, turn the Move wheel to scroll to these. To vote for a candidate, select the candidate's name by touching the name or by pressing the Select button on Verity Access. To vote for or against a proposal, select Yes or No in the same manner. Your selection will display a check mark. If there is an option to enter a write-in candidate, select To enter a write-in, touch here. Using the on-screen keypad that appears, enter the candidate's name, then select Accept. The entered write-in name will display with a check mark. If you are using a rocker switch, sip and puff, or other dual switch assistive device, you will use one action to scroll clockwise through the elements on the screen, and another action to select. Your sip and puff device will scroll with sips. Elements will be highlighted when you land on them. Puff once to select. Your rocker switch will scroll clockwise as you repeatedly press one button. Press the other button to select the highlighted element. If you want to review the choices you've made at any point during the voting process, select the Review Your Choices button located on the navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. If you do nothing on the machine for 5 minutes, it will alert you that your ballot is about to be locked. Simply respond to the alert within 45 seconds to continue your session. If you are locked out of your ballot, a Session Locked screen will show, and an election worker can unlock the session for you. When you have made selections for the entire ballot, you will arrive at the Review Your Ballot screen. All your choices will be listed here. Take a moment to review them. If you wish to change anything, select a contest to make a different choice, or select Return to Ballot, located at the bottom of the screen. If you're happy with your choices as shown on the Review Your Ballot screen, you may end your voting session by printing your ballot. Select the Print Ballot button at the bottom of the right. A screen will prompt you to confirm your choice. Once you have confirmed, a complete ballot marked with your selections will be printed. Remove your printed ballot from the printer and review your selections again if possible. After printing, it is no longer possible to make changes to this ballot. If you wish to change your ballot, an election worker will help you through the process of spoiling your ballot and starting over. When you are ready, place your card in the secrecy sleeve and head toward the table on the way to the tabulator. At this table, an election worker will collect your ballot stub and your application to vote. They will verify that your stub number matches the number on your application. If you'd like help putting your ballot into the tabulator, let the election worker know. Otherwise, insert your ballot into the tabulator from either short side and deposit the secrecy sleeve into the collection bin. If you left any contest on your ballot blank, or if you did not mark the maximum number of candidates allowed, you will be notified by an audio and on-screen alert that your ballot is incomplete. You can either amend your ballot using Verity Scan or select the Cast Ballot as Is button to submit. We hope that you have found this video guide helpful. Remember that your vote matters, and you have the right to vote with or without assistance.